Morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Bread for Soul Convos. Bread for Soul Convos, yeah, with myself, Sir LSG. And thank you firstly for tuning in. And, some of you are tuning in every day, some of you might be the first time tuning in. Thank you nonetheless. Hopefully, we will have you on every morning. And on today's show, I am happy to be hosting singer, poet, songwriter, and modeling sensation, SIO. Morning, how are you?
Morning, I'm well and you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you so much.
Sweet.
Yeah, just so people know why we started a bit late today, for her to look the way she looks, these things take time, she'll be drawing stuff. How long does it take you just to get ready for something like that, like a performance, and like with regards to how you take your look so seriously?
Honestly, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah. It doesn't take me that long. It's just like, literally, I think the reason is because I didn't sleep well today, last night. But 10 minutes. Like, just like, 15 minutes before the show, I was busy. Like,
Done.
my makeup is easy, thank God.
Wow, okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, but actually, with regards to that, is it a thing for you that you take it so seriously with regards to how you look, and your style, your clothing, the way you dress, just the way you come across? Is it a thing for you that you take it so that serious?
I think it's important for me. It's part of my preparation process, I guess, about me. I'm going to work now. This is kind of my work thing. Like, some people have uniforms, some people like suits. Some, like as DJs, I'm sure you don't feel like you're working without your headphones, or there's certain things everybody's got, and this is mine. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's important, and it's distinct, so you can see that. Yeah, that's you there. So I'm happy it works.
it does definitely. I mean, we're missing the other dots, but it's
Missing
okay.
the dots today, but yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, it
I
is what it
tried,
is.
I tried triangles in the corner. See,
For sure, for sure. And I want to ask you with regards to your earliest memories of music. What are some of those?
I grew up in a very sort of eclectic music household. Like, my dad is a Zulu dude, my mom is a colored lady, and they would listen to everything from Ladysmith Black Mambazo, Kenny G, Andreas Wallenweider, Sade, Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers, and the Bee Gees, and ABBA, to a whole lot of things. And my uncle listened to people like Keith Sweat and Tony Braxton, and I don't know, Janet Jackson, and a little bit of Michael Jackson. And then, yeah, so there was all of that. And I don't know why I gravitated to people like Angelique Kidjo, because nobody was playing them at home. But if it played on TV, I'd listen to Angoro, or I'd listen to Ishmael Law and Salif Keita when I was really little, because that would come up on TV and I just watched them and be amazed. I had no idea what they were saying. They just looked and sounded amazing. So it was very eclectic. It was a mix of things. So, like, long distance trips, there'd be a cassette tape of Andreas, Kenny G, Boys to Men, one of the super old 70s groups like the Manhattans or the Temptations, and there'd be Sade in the mix somewhere. And then, yeah, we'd go to the KZN, take about 5, 6 hours. And that was like the earliest recollection of music I had, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. And what
Mm.
what about your own like starting points with regards to becoming a musician? How did that become? How did that unfold for you?
I I remember when I was a child, Channel O just started. Like, it was a new channel thing, and then I saw a video of Blue Six, Pure. Miguel makes of it. That's just that version, and it caught my attention.
With Monique
And then
Bingham?
Sweet Love, Monique Bingham singing it, and then Sweet
Yeah.
Love came, and you just like, okay, I like this sound. What is this? And Gypsy Woman. Um, Diamond Life, and there's a couple of others I can't, and Maloko as well. It was like that was like early mid 90s or something. So I listened to that a lot and I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. But I didn't take my voice seriously and I didn't think I could sing. My mother's just like, I tula we are bimba. That was a story in the house when I'd sing. Right. So she'd always be like, oh God, this child. Um, but I'd always fluff around with songs. I learned songs that I like. I'd record them from the radio with a cassette tape and write the lyrics down as one of those kids. But then I started writing poetry when I was in high school, and that was a happy mistake because I was telling somebody off because my name is a difficult name. So he was teasing me about my name, and I answered him in rhyme. It was a terrible rhyme, but it worked. It wasn't a roses are red, violets are blue kind of rhyme. So I'm just like, okay, I might be onto something. Finally. With the poetry, I was in grade 10, so that's 15. So I started writing poetry then and singing in the church choir because, like, yeah, the church started a youth choir at a church, and my mom came to church this once when we were doing one of the big church celebrations. Like I think it was confirmation because I was raised Catholic, and the nun at church made me sing a solo. So I had to sing it by myself in front of all of these people, terrified. And my mother hears me and then she watches everybody's response to me and she's like, okay, you might have something going on here. And I'm like, it takes a whole church for you to believe I can sing, Mom. Really? But I think that's where it started. But
Yeah.
it took a while for the songwriting and the singing to come together, or the poetry and the singing to come together.
Yeah, and I mean talking about your mom, cause I remember you and I recorded something people didn't know. We worked on something which never got finished,
Didn't work out, yeah.
because of myself. I mean, like not everything that we record and everything that as an artist, not everything that you do or that you start working on has to be a release. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And I think for me, the song was just not, the beat, the playback that I gave to you that we recorded on was not moving me anymore, and I didn't know what else to do. But anyway, I wanted to talk about your mom because your mom
Yeah.
really supports you like big time now, even though maybe in the earlier stages she didn't think that you would be, a good singer. But I remember that day very well. Like we were only recording, but your mom was like, "Yo, thank you so much for recording with her." Like she was
Yeah.
so happy, as if like we've just like won a summer or something. We were just recording a
Yes.
song. Is that how it has been now? Like with regards to the support that you get from your mom.
I've been very blessed with my mom because we don't come from wealth. I don't come from wealth or privilege. So there's always been around communities like mine where you have to do something that's going to get you a stable income. And my mom grew up in apartheid, obviously, and she's a colored woman, so she could only teach and she could only do nursing. And she's like, I hate nursing, but I could not see myself as a teacher. So please do what you love to the best of your capacity, no matter what it is. You'll see how you do. So rather live a fulfilled and happy life. And in that support only, she's opened the world up to me. So she's incredibly supportive, and I love her very much for that. And she's made it easy in that sense to follow music because music is sporadic. You don't generate money comes in when it does. It does. If it does, sometimes it doesn't. Mostly doesn't,
Mm.
and she's been very supportive. So she's always one of my biggest supporters. She always listens to my songs on radio. She'll tell me she's heard it. She'll share with everybody in the street and be, guys, my child, my child. And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, ah. But she's incredibly proud of me, so I'm
Yeah.
very blessed
No, I
for that.
love that so much. And talking about music and generating money, I've got a question for today's show to everyone who's watching. You can answer in the comment section whether you're watching on the Hit Refresh page, say LSG page, Best Beats, CEO, CEO's fan page as well. And the question for today is: should more artists be doing more than one thing, or should artists stick to what they do? Like, I mean, like, it's a broad question, and I think it just depends on individuals. But for me, I think I'll answer it towards the end of the show. Yeah, put your answers in the comment section, and we will put them up towards the end of the show. Should artists be doing one thing, or more than one thing, or should they just stick to being artists? Like, what do you think about that? Because I know, like, I mean, you model as well. What do you think about, just especially with the current times, art going forward?
Sure. I think personally for me, it's been important to be versatile may not be the right word, but to be doing more than one thing and get a skill set outside of the art because I don't think right now that the arts are in a place to support artists in our country as yet, even before COVID, right? So I think it's very important for me. It's been very important and helpful that I could do things outside, although my art is starting to feed me, and I'm incredibly blessed to be in that position because not everyone is. I had to do a 9 to 5 job for a while. It was hard for me to do, but I think it was important for me to do more than one thing. And even as an artist myself, I sing, I write, I do poetry, and I'm learning how to DJ because I think it's important. I've learned that house vocalists don't get booked as house vocalists as much as DJs and producers do. So I thought,
Mm.
okay, let me try and bridge that gap for myself. So I'm more bookable and can make more money. I
Yeah.
may not be the best DJ, I'm working on it. But slowly but surely it'll get to a place where I'm like, okay, she's bookable, man. She must book her and give her some bread, man. You know what I mean? Because I think that that's important. I don't think that vocalists, especially who've done a lot of house, get as much places to play because there's not really a live culture infrastructure for vocalists in this
Mm.
country, regardless of whether you are a main act, whether you're doing house or whatever it is. It's just very, 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 very small, and
Mm.
I don't think that we have enough work as performers, especially vocalists, to make ends meet
Mm.
half the time. At least my experience and my peers that I speak to a lot have the same sort of conversations or issues. I
Mm.
think.
And I think it's quite an important thing that you mentioned with regards to DJing, and just adding into what you think will work for you, because I think more than just sitting back and be like, I'm not getting booked to sing, only DJs are getting booked. At least you get to fit into that space, and before you know it, if you do it consistently, if you do it long enough, before you know it, you'll become like a household name who's known for DJing too. And then you
Yeah.
can pick up a mic and perform your own songs. You can, in that way, start even charging more than
Yeah.
somebody who's only a DJ. So I think it's a definitely yes from me. Just work on those skills, please. Get better.
What?
Get on those
That's
skills.
crazy.
And just before we carry on with the music, I want to talk about identity, right? Like, because I saw a post of you, I mean, a post that you did a couple of weeks ago about like not being sure whether to consider yourself as a colored person, like
Mm,
about belonging basically, and not being
mm,
black enough, to be a black person, but also not being colored enough to be a colored. You know what I mean? Like,
mm. Yeah.
what is it about that? Can you explain about that post?
It's kind of difficult, especially in this Black Lives Matter climate in the world. Just the show of the exposure of this gross racism worldwide. I've always had like an issue of not feeling like I belong. Maybe it's part of the generation I grew up in, that did not. I've never fit in, and they've made very sure that yes, usiwe asikhuluma Zulu, baba Zulu, all of these wonderful Zulu things are about me. But the black kids are just like, no, you're not properly Zulu, so you don't fit in here. We don't want to hang out with you. And it kind of followed me throughout life. It got cool when I became an adult, maybe. But they're like, hi, she can speak Zulu. And I'm like, oh, guys, I'm half Zulu. It's okay. But the colored people are the same. Like they had this very aggressive and ugly way of saying, yeah, but you're a K. You can speak the K language. And I'm just like, whoa. that's intense from the colored people. So I was always alone. I guess I still am. So I'm always alone because I was severely bullied for that. Just weird now. But as a child, I was bullied, and it's part of the reason why I'm in my head so much and I write as much as I do. I used to draw then, but yeah, I was bullied intensely as a child. It comes up in different ways now. And you think, okay, so how do I identify um, in the world now? Who am I as a human being? And that's up to me for sure. And racially, I'm mixed for sure. Culturally, who am I? That's the difficult one for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling to. I've got a lot of work to do to
Yeah.
identify as.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been tricky. It's been very tricky.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I think, I mean, like, obviously, yes, we can see that you used to draw a lot when you were young. It's evident. But just like on a more serious note with regards to identity and culture, I responded to your post. And I think that,
Mm.
it's such a mind F for for
Yes.
us, because like I think it's just systems that we've been put in America.
Yeah.
You are a straight up black person. They don't
Okay.
even need to negotiate that, right? Like, you are black.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that it's just systems. Like, we've grown
Mm.
into in these systems to say, you are Tswana, you are Zulu. Yes, culturally my language is Setswana. Your language is Zulu. Like, you can speak Zulu. Your dad is Zulu, and
Mm.
but you've got, a colored mom. But you also colored. Like, I feel that you need to be identifying with what you think you are. And it doesn't, and you can be both at the same time, because you are both. Like, I
I
just
am
feel
too.
that it should not be, your identity should not be determined by the next person telling you what you are or what you're not, but it should be rather
Yeah.
internally you telling yourself who you are and who you are not. You know what I mean? And then, like, that other things, you don't need acceptance from anybody to tell yourself that you are Zulu, because you are Zulu. It's in your blood. Like, there's nothing you can
Yeah.
do about that. um yeah,
Yeah.
but I also wanted to say, with regards to, well, moving on to your name, like, what's your full name? Because now people know you as CEO.
My full name is Siobhan. It's Irish. It's spelled Siobhan. So I don't know. I'm not Irish. The Irish people have their spelling in their language. I
Yeah.
don't understand myself how that is Siobhan, but it's Siobhan. So yeah, that's been read as Siobhan mostly. So I'm just like, stop at the O. Stop. Oh, see, it's either Sio or Sayo. It can't be butchered worse because I've been Siobian, Sayo Bain, Sio Bam. It's been wild.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you the wild thing that I've never met anybody, any black person who's got a thing with spiders. I'm like,
yeah,
so because you used to call yourself CEO Black Widow.
like,
What is
yeah.
your fetish with spiders?
One, I don't know. I think I like the black widow spider specifically because it's in nature generally the male of the species is prettier and the more dominant one. And in nature, the females that are the bosses that I knew of at the time were the black widow spider and the elephant. The elephant is the boss. She's the leader of the pack. And I was just like, I can't see myself with an elephant name. I tried to think about it, it didn't work. So I'm like, Seal, Black Widow kind of rhymes. I also like nighttime and Black Widows come out at night. So I'm like, I like that. And it's, you don't mess with the Black Widow because I'm a scaredy cat. So maybe you just back off a little. But people always went straight to the, are you a man eater situation? So I'm like, ah, it's fine. Let me drop it. Okay.
Oh wow! But why did you get rid of the Black Widow part of your name?
Because it had some hectic connotations and having to explain my name, CEO itself, is a long story, and then having to explain Black Widow and that I like the strength of that female character or that female insect, I guess, is work. So I'm just like, no, it's fine. Just drop it. Just call yourself CEO. It's fine. They'll figure it out when you go along. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. And I want to talk about connecting, with regards to. I remember one of my favorite groups is Little Brother, and also just thinking about the foreign exchange, actually, specifically with Fonte and Nicolay. Nicolay is a guy from Netherlands. Fonte is an American rapper and singer, but these guys did two albums before they even met, and that was actually the power of internet and MySpace back at the time. How
Mhm.
did you and Luca meet up the first time?
Luca heard of me. He had to do a remix for a song I was doing for a farm release with like two guys. Is it two? Yeah, two guys from Annandale who I'd met right at the beginning of my music journey, like back in 2013. They went by the name, excuse me, Marubini Music. So he had to do a remix for Dance After 12 that was released on Fump Records that year, I think. Yeah, towards the end of the year. And he liked how I wrote. He liked my tone, and
Damn. Yeah, no, this internet is. I'll wait for CEO to get back before we carry on. Are you there? Let me just check. Do this. Internet in Enadale is not playing nice with us. Actually, before that, let me rather do this. So, yeah, I hope that she will log back on. I see I've lost her completely. And while we wait, there is a short performance that CEO did. I posted it yesterday, and I could just find it. Hopefully, I mean it's very short. Yeah, here we go.
I found a place to run to where light has gone and night lose, where my demons come to play, to stay and haunt my days. I'll find you melt the darkness where love has left me a mess, and I'm frozen in my cold maze from broken love, from broken love. And let me sing, ooh ah, 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 ooh ah.
That is so dope. Yeah. So you back? Welcome back. I mean, the internet in Enadale is not the ones, ne? I just can't wait. I can't wait for you to be like a superstar and get yourself and your mother out of there. I mean, nothing wrong with Enadale, but like just get to a 5G area in the northern burbs.
we need to move up. We need to move
we
up.
are
Yes,
going.
we're working.
We will do that. We will do that. I can't even remember where we were, but anyway, let's just move on.
Yeah,
You
we were talking about Luca.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
So that's how you met, né? But before we carry on, actually, I've got a voice note that I wanna play for you
Mm,
from a friend, and then we'll carry on with the chat.
awesome.
Wow, what do I say about CEO in a very short amount of time? They won't take up the whole interview because I got a lot to say, about how, first and foremost, she's an incredible human being, artist, singer, songwriter, and yeah, I've had the privilege of working with her. Seeing her grow has been such a privilege to see, everything she's done. And I'm just happy, man, to see her growing and doing her thing. And it's just the world needs to recognize it as well. Technically, for me personally, one of the best singer songwriters I've ever worked with. Tone wise, just story wise, the way she has the ability to tell a story within the way she writes her music is incredible. And yeah, man, tone wise, you already know, like, so unique, so refreshing. And I think that's why every single producer wants to work with her. And we've actually had a discussion behind, like studio doors where everyone just wants to work with her. And it's like she's just getting flooded with people wanting to work with her from overseas to South Africa. And I just see like so much good things, happening, because she's sincere and she's a good person and she's a real artist that has a real story to tell.
Yeah, that is a word from Julian Gomes. Yeah, so I mean, how do you choose who you collaborate with? I'm gonna ask you about your collaborations with Julian in just a bit, but I mean, like he just said, so many people wanna work with you, especially I'm assuming after the smash hit Thousand Memories. How do you decide the collaborations and that you wanna take on?
I actually should be a lot more selective, but I'm just like, I'm generally, the process is, if I like the song, the beat you send me, because I work from the beat, it's more difficult for me to work in terms of giving vocals over first before beat is created. It's harder and it takes longer. So I prefer to get the beat from a producer, and sometimes the beat is so good that I just say yes and I write the song, and I'm in trouble now because I've got a lot of music incoming. But like generally, it's that simple. I generally go for up and coming producers who I think have a very unique point of view, who have a brave point of view, haven't yet been tainted into tainted too much by the industry, I guess, and who haven't been bitten by fame to the point where they need to follow a formula, and they still fresh and brave and bold and into telling their stories. And then people who are already in the industry and are very set and strong about, this is my point of view, this is who I am, and this is what I'm going to tell, regardless of what the world expects of me, is the kind of people I gravitate towards. And they generally make brave, bold, and beautiful music. So I gravitate towards that. But I must stop now. The problem is that there's so many good ones. Oh my word.
Yeah.
It is hard. But yes, so good. So good.
Wow. And I
Mm.
mean, one of before we even talk about Julian, the collaboration that you just recently recorded, it doesn't even have a name yet, so I heard. But you've just worked with Ralph Gum on a tune, right? How was that process of collaborating with him?
He's such a sweetheart, my goodness.
I
Like,
know,
he's one
right?
of the sweetest people in the world. I'm like, oh my goodness. You should be full of nonsense. By all rights. You really should be full of nonsense because you've earned it. But he's not. He's a darling. And he was so easy to work with. Very clear and communicative about what he wanted. Very, very open to suggestions. He gave me feedback and asked for my input very much, which is beautiful. It was very collaborative. So it was wonderful. He's such a gem. He's such a sweetheart. My God, it's disgusting.
Yeah, I know that firsthand. And people can definitely look out for that collaboration. I heard that sometime in August, it
Yeah.
should be out, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that personally. But with back to your work with Julian Combs, how did you guys meet? And also, you know, how d- after recording the song "A Thousand Memories," were you aware already by that time that this is going to be a smashing hit?
Never in my life did I think that. I'm from NRL people. Come on. We don't. I don't. I'm like, how? In what universe? Julian had this love that it's a song I did with Lilac Jeans, the guys from Soweto.
Yeah.
So we did this song. It was a very sad and very heavy song, but Julian liked how I wrote. He liked the story in that, and he contacted me on Facebook, and I'm just like, "There's no way, Julian Gomes. It's no, no, no ways, no, no, it can't be happening. How do you know about me, Abuti?" No ways. So he sent me a message and he confirmed that it was him. And he's like, he'd like to work with me. I was like, guys, okay. I had to pinch myself, and like everyone at home was like, what is wrong with this child? It was funny. But he sent me this beautiful beat. It didn't sound anything like the final product that you hear, but he sent that to me. I wrote for it. Didn't take long to write. I had a very interesting story about unrequited love and the reasons behind it. Um, and he liked it. He liked that it had a sort of he had two perspectives, and you could see that, and he spoke to that, and he really loved it. And then we made up to record. It took about 3 or 4 hours to record because Julian is a perfectionist. Like, yeah, I don't think I've yet to work as hard as I've worked with Julian on a recording. Even when he did music for my album, it was the same. So you work when you go recording with Julian, trust. But it was worth it. And like he didn't look like he was happy with the song at all. And I'm just like, yeah, does he even like it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but honestly, what still till today, when I do music with people, I'm not in it thinking, yeah, that's a hit. I never know. I can't tell you if the song is going to pop. I can't tell if you as the producer I'm working with like the song. I'll double check with them. I'm like, you sure you like it? Is there anything else you want me to do? And if they're like, no, it's cool, or it's great, and I'm just like, you blowing smoke up my nose, but it's fine. That's how I feel still. And then they tell me, no, it's great, it's great. And then I hear it after a while and I'm like, are you sure you like it? And they're like, yeah. But I didn't think it was going to be what it became. I had
Mm.
no idea. I didn't think it was single worthy. This little girl from Annadale, what do I know about singles and being charts and legends remixing? I was just like, what's going on? I literally, like, 1,000 memories I sat through like this. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Lord, how? How?
That was
Because
amazing,
it
right?
was amazing, yeah.
I
I
mean, like
didn't expect.
you also, sorry to cut you off. You got a remix by Osunlade, amongst many, and I wanna know with regards to the success of 1,000 memories, right? How did you receive the success as the song was growing onto people, and secondly, um, were your expectations met after that? Because yes, you say you did not expect the song to be a hit, but the song now is a hit. Now you see the song is playing everywhere. Now it's getting remixes. Everybody's playing the song. Ed Jazz also
Mhm.
remixed the song. But now, how do you were you did you have expectations after that, and were those expectations met with regards to having a hit like that?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I'm like, okay, this looks like luck. Honestly, it looks like luck. I don't expect it to become anything else. I'm honored to be singing. I'm honored that so many people are listening to the song. They really like it. And to be remixed by Ocean Lade is a dream come true. To even at jazz, meeting him was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. Um, so it was all incredibly overwhelmingly beautiful, but I had no expectations. I was just like, okay, cool. I think I can do this music thing full time. Let's see. That's what 1,000 memories did for me. It gave me a place to, or it gave me an egg to believe, or a seed rather,
Mm.
that I can actually do this full time.
Mm.
Let's see. And I tried with follow up songs. Some really popped, some didn't. But they all generally have beautiful lives in whatever capacity they're in and whoever they're with. And they've done well, some incredibly well after that. And yeah, but yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to ask you then about difficult moments, right? Not necessarily linked to 1,000 memories, but just in general as an artist. What has been some of your most difficult moments to get through?
Understanding or getting past um, the the blimp of there was a stage where I didn't want to do house music anymore. Like I was done with house. It was just like, okay, everything about this genre is about the producer. Regardless of what I add, this is how I felt and this is what it looked like. Because of like there was this incident where with 1,000 memories was awarded for something, but my name wasn't on the actual plaque. for the song, and that stung. And I'm just like, can't he didn't I contribute to the song? And it started to filter in other aspects. So that was difficult, and I didn't want to do house music, and I wanted something that was entirely my own because I feel like a lot of the time as a vocalist, you, as much as you may take the spotlight in the song, it's still the producer's song. That's been my feeling towards house for a minute. So I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I gave myself a break from it. So that's one of the difficulties because they really love house. They really, really, really love house. It's been a springboard for me in every way. And then another difficulties personally is just how much I've gone through personally. My goodness. Um, Last year was incredibly hard. I still take COVID in 2020 over last year in a heartbeat. That's how hard last year was for me. Um, I remember going to meet with people to discuss my album with my label at the time, just Kid Fun, because he did it through Stage 2 Beats. And we're going to these beautiful places, as these important meetings, and I'm roaming around Joburg, right, with a trolley bag, because I have nowhere to stay and I have no car. So I've got to catch a taxi to get to all of these places. And this is hard because I have to figure out how I'm getting home because on this night, it was June the 28th, it was a Thursday. I was going, I'd had a shoot in Cape Town. So this is the balance. It's beautiful though. Beautiful balance. I had this beautiful shoot in Cape Town for, what was it? For the Fix. So I'm doing a catalog for them. Wonderful to do as a model. And then I'm flying back and I have to sleep at my friend's house in Kempton Park with my trolley bag. And then after that, I've got to go to Sandton, and I'm getting a lift from Kidbank to go to Sandton because we have a meeting there with important people. And then that night, I have a performance at Nadia Nakai's album launch. But I have to walk because I've got no money.
Mm.
I've got to walk through town in the dark by myself with all of these scary people around. And you've got to be brave and you've got to walk like you own the place so you don't get attacked. But that's one version of it. So that's hard. That's hard to do when you're just like, is it worth it? And the only reason I think I didn't actually end my life is because the music was doing well. So that was dark. It was a really dark time. But that's just one of a few.
Yeah. Damn.
It's been wild.
And how did the music itself really pull you from such a place?
I could cry. I could cry and people heard me. And they liked it because they could relate because we're all human and there's stuff in my songs. They're not generally the most lyrically or image wise, they're not beautiful or just pretty and happy songs. I don't write happy songs and people gravitate towards me and listen to me. What, maybe because I've got a very unique voice, which I thank the Most High for. I didn't do anything for that, but I can cry in my songs and people listen and they hear me because I think I'm speaking to something that connects us. There's certain things we've lived in various shades and forms that they're like, I can hear it. I've been there. That makes me feel like, okay, I'm not alone. It must get better because they're listening. Because this is going to work. And I've just got to hold on a little longer. Just take a like a man.
Yeah.
You'll get there, just try. You're doing well. People, if you were not doing well, and just because I understand house does not need a vocal. Music does not need a vocal. So people don't have to listen to you. They really don't. House is a dance genre. People go there to dance and escape a lot. Especially if you look at like parties, they go there to let go and let loose and have a good time. But people listen. I'm like, okay, I respect that, and that you're listening tells me I'm doing something right, I think. That helped.
And I think I love that you share your story like this because to me what I'm hearing is like you are somebody who's on a journey, to greatness with regards to the music, with regards to just you being an artist. And some of these things that you go through, the fact that you overcome them and you're able to kind of pull yourself together and still move forward is what it's a story that you will be able to tell even when you reach your success, like even when you whatever success means to you, after you
Mm,
reach that, these are some of the stories that would have made you who you are, that will shine through
mm,
your music, that will shine through yourself as a person. Because I think that there is a beauty in adversity. Sometimes it's difficult to see it when it's happening, but when
mm,
difficult moments are happening, there are beautiful things to take from that, that will propel us forward as people. And I mean, there's another song that you were an award actually that you were definitely accredited for, the music video that you
yes.
did, the music video that you did with Dawson, for the song that you did with Dawson. How did
Yeah.
you feel about the award, and what does the award mean to you?
I'm very happy about it, but it was such a funny time for us to make that video. It was ridiculous because we had to be romantic with each other. We're like, I want again. I want it. Like they wanted us to be rolling in bed, Satibana. Did you see that pool scene? You know how hard that was? Like Dawson was like, okay, I'm gonna try and kiss you on the nose. He tried, he couldn't. Like, I'm gonna try and kiss you on the forehead. He tried, he couldn't. It was hilarious. So I'm cracking jokes the entire time, trying to, lessen the situation. And I'm just like, it's a beautiful looking video, and that awkwardness isn't there, and they've got enough moments to make it look cute and romantic and sweet and whatever they needed. It's great. And I'm happy it got an award soon. But it was hilarious because we were both like, and we think about it all the time and we die. We just start laughing because we're like, yeah, guys, yeah, it was all good.
But you
Yeah, but it
see,
was,
this thing of being a model too, just jumping onto that, because I'm dating a model, and I'm
yes,
thinking, now there's this shoot that's supposed to look all like sexy and stuff, and I'm like, I need to work hard, so she doesn't need to do this, then she can be like, no, I'm not taking that job. that's what that's
uh,
that's one of my main goals. But we'll talk about your modeling career in just a bit. I want to
so
talk about your album Subtext, the style in it. Is it, do you do it I mean, consciously, that you are not gonna do house specifically with this album, and you're gonna delve into other parts of neo soul, a bit of rap?
that was a conscious choice, yes. I started doing subtexts 2016. Yeah, the first song for subtext was, yeah, written around that time. Excuse me. And I wanted it to be mine. And I didn't feel like I could claim a house album. At the time, I'm up against heavyweights, and all of the heavyweights are like males also. So I didn't feel like I could compete there as well on a subconscious level now that I think about it in hindsight. Also, I'm not a Busi, and I'm also not a Lady Zama, and they've got their thing down. I'm also not a Zion, and I'm also not a J something. So just like, go see what is you, because you're gonna go to explore yourself. You're not right, because usually the house stuff was written from a place of, okay, so LSG just told me that he wants to make enough money that he does his girlfriend never has to do sexy shoots. I'll think, okay, if that were me, how would I put that in a song? That's how most of my house songs come from. Then I thought, okay, let me pull inspiration from SIO. Where is SIO right now? SIO is falling in love. Okay, what does love for you look like? Let's write about that, because that's an exploration. Subtext is an exploration of love for me at the time. It's a capsule of that. So they're like, okay, cool. Let's write that. Let's go get songs that people can dance to, but that are not house. It needs to not be house. It needs to be cool. It needs to be interesting. It needs to be a little strange, because I'm a little strange. Um, but yeah, it needs to represent the space I'm in now, and I need to be able to create on it. And I'm very blessed to have found the producers I did for that, because they're incredible. And I have massive love for them. It's insane to have a song by Ed just before you do a song for him. So I'm incredibly blessed. I'm so honored for that. It worked out beautifully. And also, I give a lot of love to Kid Funk. I need to say that because everybody liked the idea of Sio not doing a house album, because naturally I'm not really a house vocalist. in terms of how I write and sing. And they were very excited about it, but nobody knew what to do with it. And it's like, bring it here, and I'll see what we do. We'll see. No promises, none. I don't know where we're gonna. I don't know where we're gonna land up, but I'll take it and I'll run with it. And he's done incredible things for me.
Yeah.
I big love for him.
I will ask you about Kid Funk, but before I do, I just want to let people know that the album is out. That's the cover. CEO subtext. It's out on Stay True. BTS. What does BTS mean?
It's Stay True Beats.
Oh, Stay True beats. Hey, Alan and his, he's got this cool way of doing stuff, and I like the cover too. The covers that they do for Stay True. But how is your relationship been? You know, you've licensed the song on to Stay True ever since between you and Alan, Kid Funk.
Amazing, amazing. Like I didn't expect anything. Again, he told me we had a meeting because I came in. I'm like, I didn't want it to be on Stage Two Beats because Stage Two Beats was nothing. Maybe not nothing, but it was a small niche label on the side, and I wanted it to be on the big label. That's the one with all of the push and the attention. It makes it, and it's just like it's not a house thing, but trust me. I'll do my best to get this album where it needs to, and he did. So our relationship has been good to the point where I actually trust Ellen with my life right now. Yeah, yeah, because of what he did for me musically. Just yeah, it was insane.
Yeah.
I got Apple Music Artist of the Month for that album.
Mm.
I got to play on a stage with Tom Mish because of that album and because I made that kind of music and he pushed it in the right direction. I've opened for Lion Babe virtually because of the sound of that and because he got it to the right people that got it the right attention. So
Mm.
epic love, always.
I do have
For
a,
Ellen.
a voice note just before we close. I mean, like we still have to talk a bit about your modeling, but let's talk. Let me play this voice note from Kid Funk, and then we carry on.
Sweet.
What's happening? This is Kid Funk, and I've been asked to just drop a little something about someone that I've worked with very closely since opening up my record label and since starting my own radio show on 5FM Selective Styles. And that someone is SIO, who I know you are speaking to today, Sir LSG. Very, very, very special artist. We met probably 5 years ago, and since then, we've been on a musical journey together. Really, I've collaborated with so many songs with Sia because she's just so good. She's probably one of the best writers in South Africa, hands down. She really knows how to kind of get into her soul and express that through words and poetry. And I was blessed enough to be able to represent her album on my sister label to Stay True Sound, Stay True Beats last year. Her debut album, Subtext, which we managed to get Album of the Month on Apple Music. Not even Album of the Month, Artist of the Month on Apple Music, which was an incredible feat for Sia. And I just see her getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Her performance has just just got better and better and better, and she really embraces that live space now. And it's been an amazing journey watching her grow so much. And when lockdown is over, the world is going to be ready for Sia because she is an absolute worldwide artist. She is up there with some of the best. That's my 5 cents about Sia. Much love.
Yeah, I want to talk about performance though. Like, how do you view performance, and how have you grown in that space? I mean, we spoke about how South Africa, especially our house music scene, is not really for performance. You know, in terms of the setup. You know, I've been to gigs where I'm performing with Ayanda Gia or Kafele, and the mic is not working. There's no monitors, but like with regards to doing your style of music, how has your performance grown through the years?
It used to terrify me because it started in the club with the house thing. Yo, just I used to be so scared because you don't know if the monitor's gonna work, you don't know if the mic's gonna, you don't know how you're gonna sound, you don't know how the sound is gonna move in the room. Woo! It was terrifying. So it took me a while to get comfortable. It took me a while, and then I started playing music that wasn't. I started doing acoustic music, which I felt more comfortable with because I could hear myself. That's important for me. And any vocalist, you need to be able to hear yourself singing. Because if you don't hear yourself, you sing off key. So it sounds like you can't sing.
Yeah.
So you're like, guys, I can sing, I promise. But then when you sing live, and you're just like, I can't sing. Like there's something auto tuning going on there. You're just like, yeah, guys. But with the live setup, it's been wonderful having Dave with me because we bounce things off of each other and there's a beautiful synergy with us. And practice makes perfect. We practiced a lot. We can play the songs inside out, back to front, upside down now. It's beautiful to engage with people live. It's a whole different thing than, I don't know, like being online is wonderful, but it doesn't compare. It doesn't compare to a whole room or a crowd of people engaging with you and singing back to you blows my mind. It's beautiful, and it's been fun engaging with them because I'm like this all the time. Like I have stupid little skits in between songs, and people will crack out laughing into the next song because I'm telling a funny story about the song or whatever. But it's been lovely. And having Dave on board is a complete blessing because he's a genius. Like I saw him play two keyboards. I'm like, Lord, thank you, Jesus, Lord, Father God. How are you playing two keyboards, my man? You heard the song once. You're already, yeah, okay, thank you.
Nice.
He's amazing,
Yeah, yeah.
amazing. And having Dave on board just makes it so much more fun, professional, and easy. And that's
Mm.
wonderful.
Yeah, and I really hope that one day, actually soon, I need to have Dave Martian on the show. I think he's an amazing artist too. Um, yeah, sorry. Just to talk about your modeling career, right?
Mm,
I know, like for example, you know how cold it is right now. I think some people don't really know. If it's so this cold, companies are preparing their spring and summer shoots now. So like you'd be shooting a spring bikini setup in winter in this cold weather. Sometimes they have to even blow wind so it looks like you're kind of at the beach. It's so cool and splash you with cold water if they need to. What are some of the challenging things or misconceptions that people have about modeling, but that are really, really challenging? I mean, yes, you look pretty, selling product and being part of a certain campaign. But what are some of
mm.
the misconceptions and challenging stuff about being a model?
My experience has been rough for a couple of reasons because I'm stubbornly myself. I'm unapologetically myself, and I'm not a canvas. And I think people in the modeling game want you to be more canvas. Like my hair is actually an act of rebellion. Um, because there was a fashion week I went to that liked me and booked me for fashion week with my afro because I've got an afro underneath this. But they want to straighten it. And I'm just like, but guys, if I wanted straight hair, they would be straight. Why do I have to compromise my Africanness and my blackness and Eurocentrify myself to fit in and get this work? So I kept the dreads and I found an agent that would pimp me as a model with dreadlocks, but still it's been rough. Um you have to be skinny. It's still very Eurocentric. They still want a lot of white girls working out and being a size. What is it? That's the Europe standard. You're supposed to have under 90 centimeters around your hips and under 60 around your waist or something like that. So you have to be the skinny long thing and you must always look perfect. And it's a whole job of itself to just look like that. And then the campaigns are wild. You're shooting hot things for winter in the summer, so you're sweaty and you're disgusting. And even the fashion shows are a mess because you're hot and you're sweaty and sticky. And the opposite for the summer collections happening in the winter, you're freezing, shooting these summer campaigns and shivering. And you're supposed to look, when they call action, you're supposed to look like you've got the best life you got this, me. When they call kind of vibrating, you're just like, but I mean, I love the work. I love the shoots and the characters you get to play, but it's hard. It's still very Eurocentric. and everybody, I don't know when it's gonna level out and become fair, and I'm a little fed up with it, to be honest. I don't really want to do it anymore.
mm, mm,
But you do get a good job. Hey, you get a white elephant and you can pay rent for a few months, which is nice.
mm.
So that's another reason why you do it.
I know all
I guess
about
what I
that.
do.
Yeah, yeah. There's been moments where we didn't have gigs, but at least
Yeah,
3 months ago she would have done a shoot, and then boom, something comes through, and then
yeah,
we can buy some food. Just
yeah.
to close the show with regards to with the question of the day that I asked earlier, should artists be doing more than one thing, or should artists stick to what they do? And I've got a few answers. Frank Hooper, Obageng Are, they must do more than one and invest a lot. Yeah, man, definitely. No matter Moyo, minimum of 3 streams of income. And David Lane says the music industry is not what it was, so artists almost need to diversify in order to bring in regular income and
Mm.
enable the time required to create new material. Definitely, I resonate with that, and I'll explain why. But I just want to read the last one from the cage. Says yes, I think artists should have plans, preferably in the same industry, the management, administration as a safety net, but should not disturb them from their art. It can also be
Yeah.
an investment space like property. And I mean, like, for me, the kind of music that I do, I take time with my music. So I mean, the last album I did was in 2017, 3 years ago. It will
Yeah.
be 4 years next year, and I don't think I'll be dropping an album next year either. So it takes
Okay.
time, and um, the time it takes for the next album to come out, sometimes it seems like the hype dies down. Now you're not the talk of the town anymore. Now people are not booking you easy. So my job has always helped in that sense. As much as I'm passionate about my job, at least I'm fortunate enough to still be a freelancer in the TV industry, and it's something that I love.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm.
it helps, if you have something constantly coming in, it does help. But the other side of it is that it takes away the time. So I can't be releasing albums as frequently as I would want to, because I'm not in studio as frequently as I would like to. If I'm not
Mm.
doing this show, I'm busy doing freelance work, or I'm planning to get new shows and stuff like that. So I think, for me, it works for me, because I know the art will not go away as long as I keep practicing, keep doing music, wherever I find space. That will always come through, and when an album comes through, I know that it's not something that's rushed. It's not a desperate body of work, in a sense
Mm.
that I did it in my own time, in my own way, and I'm happy with it. um,
Yeah.
but you are the same, right? Like, with regards to art.
Yeah. Yeah. I am. I'm always busy with stuff. I also sing for other for adverts, I guess that's what you call it. So I sang on a couple of ads, and they also help. Most of the time I'm at home, so I'm creating for myself and whatever. In that sense of, I can do a lot more than you have the time to do, because your job's a lot more time consuming. Whereas I'm called through for a day or two to shoot something or record a vocal for something that people want to use in an advert. That's a day or two from my week, and then the rest of the time I'm practicing and making music or writing poetry, whatever it is.
Mm.
So yeah, you need to. And I'm also looking at other things. I've got a whole poetry page that I want to turn into a book one day. And see how
Nice.
that happens and what that does. But I'm always in a creative space like you are, because you're also creative in that sense. So I
Mm.
think creativity sort of tumbles into each other or blends into each other. So I'm always working on something, and I'd like to do other things eventually. But yeah, it all helps. It all adds up.
Sure.
It all adds up. So I've got a lot of I fortunately, the jobs I do and I've been getting, um, by the grace of God, because I don't understand how I would have gotten this otherwise. But allow me the freedom to do my music and keep a roof over my head
Mm.
and some food in my fridge, which is blessings
Yeah.
always, because not everyone has that luxury. Yeah.
True. True. You've recently released a song with Jackie Queens, right?
Yes.
Cool, super, super. I've got on the show tomorrow. To guys who are watching, got singer and songwriter Chiki Queen. She's originally from Zim, but she's based
Mm.
here in South Africa. Super artist too, and a hustler of note. I'm looking forward to that conversation. But
Yeah.
just in closing, CEO, thank you so much for spending your time. I really wish you all the best, and I wish that you stay believing, in your career, in your art, in your gifts, because those are the things that will, become the fruits, for you much later in life. So stay believing, never ever not believe in yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. And you too. Thank you for having me. It's been wonderful chatting with you this morning. And all the best with everything. Your show is great. And I actually hope this gets to TV somehow. It doesn't have to be my episode with your favorite ones, but just like it would be nice for it to get onto a TV station or channel and everybody else here because it's a really cool show. And thank you so much for showing a spotlight on artists and what we do and what life is like for us and giving us a place to express. It's been wonderful and I love your show. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, and I really do hope that it does get on TV, on radio. But if it doesn't, actually, it will. It will.
Oh,
It's just a matter of
somewhere.
time. Yeah, it's just a matter of time, to be honest. And
Yeah.
also, it's a matter of keeping on doing it, as well as possible,
Mhm.
efficiently as well, and just to try and share these stories with people, because I do think that that's how we learn as people. We learn best from sharing experiences with one another. Um, yeah, my daughter is looking at me funny now, so I think I need to wrap it up. Anyway, thank you so much, and to everybody who's watching, thank you for watching the show, and please remember to stay creative. Please comment and tag somebody who might learn from the conversation, and share the video so more people can see it, so we can grow the show. But most importantly, let's all remember to remain creative. Peace out.